Hello Oodleberries, welcome to the second video of the last episode of the EllBristow HardKore challenge. Here we are rescuing science from desiccated derelict ships in interplanetary space, and now we have come to the part where we try to get them home again. We have 232 days of life support remaining, and we need to now meet up with Kerbin in a reasonable time frame. Hey, look at that, that's surprisingly easy. Cool. That's just 700 meters per second. Let's do it. 40, well, we don't really care about the exact altitude because we'll fine-tune that once we get to it. Wow, this is going a lot easier than anticipated, so this video might actually be really short. That's just gonna be about not having failures and riding out the storm. So time warp to the burn mark, that's a day and 3 hours. And let us drift clear of these service modules. It wouldn't do to have a collision now. Passing by really close, waving goodbye to this horrendous death tomb of Bob. Ooh, something is flickering. That's surely not a good sign, although I don't know of what it could be a sign. Although the last time it was saved by fixed by quick saving and quick loading, and I'm ruling that that's allowed to fix interface flickers, because, you know, space krakens and that all notwithstanding, interface flickers are the true bane of Kerbal kind. Yes, I'm telling you. Alright, 4 times time acceleration, 700 meters per second to go, and homewards bound. And I think we're just gonna slam straight into the atmosphere and then slow down on rockets just before actually hitting the atmosphere. And that would be a cookie cutter, picture perfect end to the mission. And Bill would then of course be the true hero of Kerbal kind, the last of the orange suited guys. That would then, you know, bring home the science gathered by Bob. And that'll have been a month worth of videos at 1 video a week. What actually was expected to be just 1 video, just finishing off the mission, but then the water tank leaked, and then Bob died, and then the last ditch effort by Bob didn't succeed in taking the science home, and then Bill had to go and get it, and that's where we're at now. It's true. Right, let's kill the node and just look at reality, because this is what we're doing here. We're looking at reality. That's what we do in this game. Absolutely, reality. This is the one. It's gonna happen in like 80 days, which is well within life support budget. Really cool. Really cool. Who knew it was actually this easy to just go and grab some interplanetary science? I didn't. I did not at all. Right, that's the closest we're gonna get. We will fix that from the edge of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So let us accelerate the time warp. Accelerate time, do the warp, and hope nothing of consequence will fail. 80 days remaining. Well, actually just 60 by now, I think. Yeah, 60. That's a fourth of the way there. No failures yet. It's a good little ship. The batteries failed everywhere, but then again, that's like the least critical part of any ship to fail. I think this may have been accidentally like one of the most efficient trajectories to take. And of course, electric charge is running out. What the hell, how? It's not running out, it just seemed like it was, or something. Do we have like a positive flux now? Yeah, we do. I think it was just pointed super unoptimal, and I don't have that many solar panels. This was a quick and dirty design job after all. Right, that wasn't even a failure, but it scared me like one. Cool, here we go. Oh, there's an asteroid coming to get us. Or is it? We are like an asteroid. Oh dear. If only, I do hope Mission Control will be able to distinguish us from an asteroid. Reaction wheel failure. Don't really care about that. No. If we can't steer, we'll fix it. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. food supplies like halfway through consumed, doesn't matter. Oh yes, coming up on Kerbal's Sphere of Influence. We shouldn't overshoot it because I don't think we'll have enough supplies for another round around it. And now of course we will need a ridiculous amount of delta V, but I think we have like 8 kilometers per second left, if not more, so we don't care about that. Alright. Deadly re-entry is of course a thing. So we're gonna do it like this, and then still slow down like all the way down. Well, not all the way down, but like once we are within a few hundred kilometers. We have the rocket power to do so. Let's actually clock how long it takes to get rid of 600 meters per second. We don't need to clock that, it says so right here. 3.45 minutes. And at 4 times physical time warp, that's like just under a minute. So we can start, if we want to like get rid of a kilometer per second of speed before atmospheric re-entry, we should burn like 10 minutes before that entry actually happens. If we want to get rid of 2 kilometers per second, like maybe 15 minutes, not 20, because we will be slowing down during the burn. So doesn't really matter really. We're actually accelerating our orbital velocity now, but we are also bending it closer to Kerbin. Look at that, like a crowbar. It's true, like a crowbar. So let's get rid of the physical time warp on my Mark, or Jean-Jacques Guillet, just to name some weird French names, why not? 200 kilometers, wow, we're almost home, you guys, amazing. And I think that recovery of the science is now guaranteed if we would only deploy the parachute. Speaking of things, let's actually fix the reaction wheel, because that could of course... 2 spares to repair this. Okay, grumpy mod. Right, so now we are going to be really careful with the time warp, because it's super easy to overshoot on a hyperbolic trajectory like this. 16 hours. Baryapsis happens in 16 hours, 0.3, so we're gonna go for like 16.2, and then we're gonna burn retrograde really hard with our 16, 14, 13, with our rocket, because you know that's what you do with the rocket, you burn it. And let's see our home planet approach. There we are. I've been away for like 153 days. Now I need to hit the right key where we actually decelerate the time warp instead of accelerate it. Stupid mistakes. You can do it. We're actually not on such a outrageous trajectory. I don't think we need to do any extreme braking. We are still fairly high up. So it'll be like a little tougher than returning from the moon, but not a lot. And we're currently at 30 kilometers, so that's completely decent. If we fire off these things, the tanks will go. We can do that. We don't need those tanks, that's for sure. So they can go. And then the next one we'll just ditch the capsule. So we'll wait a bit with that. And we will spend the rocket booster, you know, decelerating us from like 100 kilometers just for that little bit of extra margin. But we're not going to do any fancy powered landings or any of that malarkey. That's not necessary. There we are, coming up on the home planet, and we have so much science with us, don't forget that. We all did it for the science, and this has been a fairly reliable spacecraft. Just some internal parts have broken and we fixed those, and some batteries, but you know, we had lots of batteries, so we don't care about that. Actually, everything I said about the re-entry being fairly mild is a lie. We're at over 3 kilometers per second, which is fairly fast actually. But that doesn't really matter, because I think the heat shield will be good, and otherwise we'll just deploy the parachute and maybe Bill will die, but the science will be delivered. Right, I think we can crank physical warp up for this, because, you know, we've seen it a million billion times, and not to end the show on an anticlimactic note, but wow, let's make it exciting. We're coming in for entry, 30 more kilometers to atmospheric interface. Will the old nuclear engine disintegrate? We won't actually find out, because Well, oh, I was planning to ditch it, but I didn't. Look at that. What's the periapsis now? It's not actually a periapsis. I may have doomed Bill by scrubbing the speed, so it's now more of a straight line entry. So let's get this nuclear drive, ditch it over the planet, and actually deploy our parachute. Bill would die, maybe. No, we're going to give him a fighting chance. We will do as per normal. Only when the G-forces start to get to crushing level will we deploy the parachute prematurely. Otherwise, we won't. And that would be a big shame if my carelessness now were to kill Bill. They could make a movie out of that stuff. So, here we go. Gs are mounting, 2.5 kilometers per second to go. Is the shielding holding? The shielding is holding. The Gs though are definitely holding as well. This is gonna get crunchy for Bill. I'm going to deploy the parachute. It's gonna make things worse, but it will guarantee the science exposure. No, I'm not gonna deploy it. I'm gonna wait. 9 Gs. It's decelerating. How's the shield? Is the shield holding? The shield is holding so far. The temperature is good. We're through the worst of it. We made it. Deploying the parachute, and that should be that. Bill Kerman cranked open the hatch a little bit too soon. Didn't asphyxiate, but is breathing that cool, sweet mountain air. You know, it's only been 153 days. Give the guy a break. And let's not have this parachute deploy at ×4 time warp. So we're over some mountains, and I don't know what the altitude is, so we're just gonna have to see when it deploys. Oh yeah, we did it. At least the flag mission has been completed, the legacy has been converted, and now we'll see if we actually brought back enough science to unlock the whole tree. These things tend to take a little bit more science than I anticipate, so maybe not, but I think it's a nice flourish to end the show on regardless. We're gonna see if I can unlock the whole tree, but I hope we can, because that would be a nice ending. At least Bill brought home the goods. And did so a lot faster than if he had to do it from Duna. Yeah, it's true. Cool. And then I get to render 2 videos and upload them with my brand spanking shiny new 100 megabit upload connection. Thank you, glass fiber. I'm happy you're in my house. Cool. Bill, recover the vessel. How many million science points will we get? 1 million? Or a billion? No, we got 1700 signs. No way that's enough to do everything. I don't think that is. Oh, we got lots of funds though. Sweet. Where did all those funds come from? Did we like do lots of missions now? Oh shit. Yeah, lots of... Oh yeah, wow. Cool. Well, too bad we're not gonna continue with that. This is the wrong building. We're not building planes. We are not building planes. Another thing that point 25 has more stuff of. Plane things. Right. Science and development. 1700. Is that enough? Actually, I don't think it is. 90 for this. This is the most expensive one. 500. Look at that. No. What? There's even more? Hell no, it's not gonna be enough. Oh, how did I ever think that was gonna be enough? And we didn't lose anything. I have been not very good at squeezing every last science droplet out of it. But look at that, this is not even close to being enough. But still, there is a flag on Duna, there is a flag on Ike. We brought back Bob's corpse, so he could be buried on home planet. And for that matter, that is the end of the EllBristow HardKore challenge. Did we do the stretch goals? No, we didn't unlock the full tech tree. I hope that wasn't a stretch. I hope that was a stretch goal, otherwise we just completely failed. Anyway, we did things, we had fun, and now it's on to greener pastures, or next pastures at any rate. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next yet, but stay tuned to the channel to find out. I'm Lorenzo, thanks for watching, see you next time.